In the vast golden plains of the African savanna, where the tall grasses swayed like waves in the wind and the horizon stretched endlessly beneath a blazing sun, lived a small herd of elephants. They were a close family, led by Mama Luma, a wise and gentle matriarch, and her playful calf, Tumbo, the youngest and most curious of them all. Tumbo was a cheerful little elephant with ears too big for his head and a trunk that often tripped him up. While the older elephants were serious and calm, Tumbo loved splashing in puddles, chasing butterflies, and playing with the birds that perched on his back. Everyone adored him, but they also worried, because his curiosity sometimes got him into trouble. One bright morning, the herd set out to find water. The dry season had lasted longer than usual, and the rivers were shrinking fast. The elephants walked for miles under the hot sun, dust rising around their huge feet. Mama Luma's ears flapped constantly to keep her cool as she led the way, her trunk raised to smell for any sign of water. Finally, they reached a wide riverbed. Though most of it was dry, a few deep pools still glistened in the middle. The elephants trumpeted joyfully and hurried to drink. Tumbo, excited, ran ahead before his mother could warn him to be careful. "Wait, Tumbo," Mama Luma called, her deep voice echoing across the plain. But Tumbo was already at the river's edge, his little feet splashing into the muddy water. He tried to copy the older elephants by sucking water into his trunk and spraying it, but his aim was terrible. Half the water went up his own nose, making him sneeze loudly. The other elephants chuckled kindly. After a while, the herd began to bathe. They rolled in the water, trumpeting happily, spraying one another with cool showers. The sight of so many gray giants playing together would have made any creature smile. Tumbo, of course, was having the most fun of all, but as he splashed, he noticed something shiny a little farther out in the riverbed. It glimmered like the sun itself. Without thinking, Tumbo waded toward it. The mud grew thicker and deeper with each step. His small legs started to sink. "Mama, look," he called. Mama Luma lifted her head and gasped. "Tumbo, stop right there." But it was too late. With a loud squelch, Tumbo's front feet sank deep into the mud. He tried to pull himself out, but the more he struggled, the deeper he went. Panic filled his little heart. "Mama, help! I'm stuck!" The herd froze. Mama Luma trumpeted in alarm, rushing toward him. The other elephants followed, trumpeting loudly to frighten away any predators that might be lurking nearby. The ground trembled under their mighty feet. When Mama Luma reached the edge of the mud pit, she stopped just in time. The ground near Tumbo was too soft. Even she could sink if she stepped closer. She stretched her trunk out as far as she could. "Hold on to me, Tumbo," she said. Tumbo reached out, wrapping his small trunk around hers, but he couldn't get a good grip. The mud was too slippery and his strength was fading. He began to cry, his small body trembling. "Mama, I can't!" Mama Luma's heart broke at the sound. "Don't give up, my son," she said softly but firmly. "Be brave. We'll get you out." Just then, the ground on the far side of the river rustled. Out of the tall grass crept a sleek, golden shape, a tiger, drawn by the sound of distress. His eyes gleamed hungrily as he spotted Tumbo stuck and helpless in the mud. The other elephants saw him, too. Trumpets of warning filled the air. The tiger growled, pacing along the edge of the river, looking for a way to strike. Mama Luma stood tall, spreading her ears wide and raising her trunk high. She trumpeted with all her might, a sound so powerful it echoed through the trees. The tiger hesitated, but he didn't leave. He was waiting for the right moment. Realizing that danger was near, Mama Luma turned to her herd. "Everyone, form a circle around the riverbank," she commanded. "We will protect Tumbo." The elephants obeyed without hesitation. The largest bulls took positions at the front, their tusks gleaming. The younger elephants stomped their feet, throwing up dust clouds. Together, they made a wall of strength and sound, but the tiger still didn't retreat. He crouched low, ready to pounce. Mama Luma knew she had to act fast. "We can't pull Tumbo out from here," she said. "We'll have to use teamwork." She trumpeted again, calling to old Jambo, the strongest elephant in the herd. He nodded and carefully stepped into the shallowest part of the river, approaching from the side where the mud was firmer. He lowered his trunk and began to dig at the edge, loosening the muck around Tumbo's legs. Meanwhile, Mama Luma and another elephant stretched their trunks toward Tumbo. "Grab on again, my son," Mama Luma said. Tumbo took a deep breath and reached out. This time, his little trunk wrapped tightly around his mother's. With a great heave, the elephant